Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning. We are live on Loudmouth Radio. It is always a fantastic day to be on air, and it's like any other day. We are live. You can call in to our studio line, 347-826-7520. I hope that everyone is having a great Wednesday morning. It is June. Did I forget the date already? It is. It's June 4th. The 5th? Is it the 5th? Y'all, we are already 5 days in the month. Can you believe it? Okay, this is a short month. So, guys, whatever you got to do, get it done. Like, no excuses for real, because May was a blur. If you're like me, the days are moving so fast, I can't even keep up with the days. 2019 ain't playing with nobody. So get it in, guys. This is Tea Time, your host, Sunny. And as always, we are very excited about bringing Tea Time Thirst for Enrichment and Achievement, the Entrepreneur Academy, so that people can have opportunity to meet and hear about some new and exciting entrepreneurs throughout the world through the Loudmouth Media brand. We are literally on episode 51, I believe. It's so amazing. The other day, I did a tally of Tea Time since we started these shows, and to my own utter surprise, when I calculated all the extra shows that we have done on air, I counted 50 shows from the last show that we had, and I'm going to give us a round of applause. I got to give us a round of applause. Even if you don't, I will, because that is just utterly high achievement, and I'm so ecstatic about it. And it's so funny. I was telling Jazzy, I'm like, oh, my God, we've been doing Tea Time now. It's been like 4 or 5 years. And the way I keep up with it, when we actually started Tea Time, I remember distinctly Jazzy and I was in Miami, in South Beach, with LeBron James, and he was with his trainer. In less than 4 days from that point, he announced he was going back to Cleveland to reunite with the Cleveland Cavaliers. And so whenever we speak to entrepreneurs in regards to this show, we send out the information, and we always have an attachment which commemorates our moment with Mr. LeBron King James and days before him going back to Miami, and that kind of helps me to keep track how long we've been running this actual segment. So Tea Time, yay! We've hit our 50th show. Now we're on, 51? I guess today will be our 51st show of Tea Time, so that's just a great achievement. I'm so excited about that. Yes. And today, we will not disappoint. I am so excited to say I just love being able to meet people that are in their lane, doing their thing, investing in their platforms and investing into their products and services, whatever it is that they're doing, but with the intent of making a difference, wanting to be successful, want to make a living for themselves, for their families. Hopefully they feel like they're inspiring some of their peers, their peer groups, even if some of their constituents, even as they say, quote unquote, our competitors. I try to tell people, listen, the only person you're in competition with is yourself, honey. Don't let the world have you out here thinking that you ain't doing enough. You're the only person that can judge that. So I try to let people know that, hey, it is all good, but don't dismiss the fact that whatever you are doing is just as important as the next person to your right and to your left and who's in front of you and who's behind you. So we're going to move this beautiful show ahead, and I think my guest is already in queue and ready to have our opportunity to speak. So so we can get this show ramped up. I want to make sure those who are listening online, I will open up our chat box so we can have some moderation in case somebody want to talk to us, say some things. I'm going to let you know that we are live, and you can go right online at blogtalkradio.com/loudmouthradio with 2 Ds, and we can chat. And we're going to do all of that good stuff, as well as if you want to call in, if you want to ask questions or anything like that. If you just want to listen, it's cool. You don't have to speak. Our studio line is 347-826-7520. And when you get on the line, you have to hit the 1 on your keypad so that I know that you want to speak to us. Because if not, I'm just thinking you're just chilling and you listening. And I ain't going to put you on blast if you don't want to really speak, and that's cool, too. So this morning's special guest, let me get her live in here. Miss T.E.A, good morning. Are you ready with your coffee? Morning. Good morning. I got my smoothie, honey. Look, I usually get my coffee on. I'm like I'm working on some detoxification, so I have my smoothie. I have my fruit smoothie ready. How are you, darling?
I'm well. How are you?
I am fantastic. I was just about to talk about you. I said, well, let me just go ahead and talk about it while she's on air as soon as she had opportunity. Yes. So I'm going to elaborate a little bit and give a little introduction on your amazing business, and then I want you to just kind of pick up where I leave off, and you can just kind of flow with me and introduce yourself. But our special guest, Haute Beauty Bar of Atlanta, who is predominantly available in the Henry County area. How about that? The Haute Beauty Bar is a Black-owned day spa in Mcdonough Square. Yes, guys, I said Mcdonough, not far from Eagles Landing, right in the heart of Henry County, 15-20 minutes south of the Atlanta airport, right? Specializing in eyelash extensions, skin care, and eyebrow embroidery, starting off as Haute Lash in 2014. Oh, we've had a name change. I love growth. After much growth and continued education into 2017, the company revamped. You can now look at this beauty bar as a one-stop shop, seeing the offerings of makeup, eyelash extensions, mink strips, facials, teeth whitening, and so much more, providing you luxury through lashes and beauty is the mission. Come by and see us, as she would say, and they look forward to actually seeing and working with you. Now, Sweet Pea, do me a favor. Give me your physical address so that those who are listening in can know exactly where you're located.
It's 35 Atlanta Street, McDonough, Georgia, 30253.
Yes, 35 McDonough Street.
Suite 5B.
Okay. And your suite number is what is it?
5B.
5B as in boy?
B as in boy, yes.
Awesome.
Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me clear?
Yeah, I can hear you better now. I can. Okay. All right. So for those who did not hear that, I want to make sure that people know exactly where you were located. And some landmarks, which makes it a little bit easier, is the whole square where the courthouses, municipal buildings, the Mcdonough Square, which has really picked up a lot of momentum as far as different businesses and stuff like that coming into the area. And so, Ms. T.E.A, good morning.
Good morning. Look,
should I be politically correct? Should we say with T.E.A or should we say with Taylor? Which one you want me to do?
No, that's fine. Either one is fine.
Okay, awesome.
I'm known by either one, so.
Awesome. I love it. So. Thank you. I know it is early, right? It is early, but this is a great way to kick off the morning.
It is, and I'm forever grateful.
Absolutely. So I've had a chance to talk a little bit about this fantastic beauty bar. If you would, just kind of introduce yourself. You know, you can tell us as much as your information of yourself as you would like, and then we're going to just kind of dive into the factor of the beauty bar coming into existence.
Okay, well, my name is Taylor. Many know me as T.E.A with working in the beauty industry. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I spent a little time in Houston, which is where I picked up on skincare. I want to say I really didn't take it seriously until I went to school for aesthetics because, honestly, many of us lash artists were just lashing by taking a course, thinking we were good. And then about in 2015, they changed the law to where you have to be a licensed esthetician, cosmetologist, master cosmetologist to do lashes. So initially, I was like, okay, let me go to school so I can do these lashes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went to school, and I'm like, wow, okay, so I can do more than just lashes. I can do facials. I can later do laser lipo. You can go into different areas of the skin,
Absolutely.
not just the face, but the body. I was just like, oh, okay. It just kind of opened up a whole new lane for me. And I was like, wow, okay. So I started learning about ingredients. That's what really got me into skincare because I thought I knew something using Neutrogena, using L'Oreal, just the main,
the typical things, right?
Yeah, St. Ives. I cringe at all of those products right now but I didn't know, and many of us don't know. So I was like, you know what?
Exactly.
Our skin is a little different. Let me try to educate these women, try to even educate myself a little more as I still do continued education. But I just noticed it was a big, I don't know, it was a shift in the industry once, let's say like 2017, where many of us started making our own skincare at home.
Right.
So now you'll see a lot of the companies, some
like Carol's daughter.
Right, exactly. That kind of come up with the formula in the kitchen, because most of the natural ingredients can do the same thing, if not better, than what we see on the market. And half the time, the products on the market are filled with preservatives and just things that help with the shelf life that aren't really good for our skin. Same with hair products.
Got you.
Hair's not my thing.
Exactly. We don't half of the stuff we're putting in.
No, we're just putting it in. Oh, yes, moisturizing, and it's really not. It's a lot of glycerin in products that make us feel like, oh, it feels good. And then you ever been somewhere and like, the mall kiosks, for example. They're like, let me let you feel this on your hands, body butter, such and such and such. So you stick your hand out, you let them rub your hand, and then you walk off and you're like, dang, you know what, my hands they do feel good. Like,
exactly.
This product, no, half the time it's full of glycerin, which is going to help you will sell you the product without you even looking into the ingredients because it feels so good. But by the time you're walking around in the mall, that feeling is gone. You look down at your hand and it's dry, or it's just not what was first there when they put it on. Like, it just rubbed off because it's just a product to help the other products distribute smoothly over the skin. To put it like that. That's the easiest way for somebody that's not an esthetician to understand. So,
but I know I'm one big on when I put stuff on my hand, I want to feel how it feels before I stick it on my hair or, apply it onto my body. And so we are very sensitive to touch and texture, especially like if we exfoliating something. Usually whenever you get the stuff that's in your hand, it's going to be rough. It's going to have a lot of, elements in there that is going to basically stimulate scrubbing. So what you're saying makes a lot of sense.
Exactly.
Exactly. So this was 2000. So 2017 was really your aha moment of like really going all the way in and making the steps. Now prior to this, you had to be you were doing some things already in 14. So we're talking about 5 years now.
So I started in 2014.
Yeah, I was going to say, what stemmed you, and where were you in 14 when you initially started?
2014, I was in between Houston and Atlanta. So I took my lash course was here. Lashes by Mia, shout out to her. She's like one of the best lash artists in the game.
Nice.
I took a class with her really in 2013, to be honest. But 2014, I was like, okay, because I went back to school. I went to Prairie View, by the way, PVAMU.
Okay.
And went back to school with my, my little certificate, thought I was doing something. And my friends, they were like, well, no, I don't want you to mess my eyes up. Everybody was kind of against, like, it hadn't really hit the Houston market yet. And they were all like, I don't want you to mess my eyes up, girl. I got to see, da-da-da-da. So I'm like, dang, okay. So I really didn't have anybody to practice on in Houston. Maybe maybe my roommate. I'm really trying to remember. It was so long ago. But so basically, yeah, she's like, well, I think I practiced maybe on 2 people. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to move back home. So I came back home, but I was still in between, Houston and Atlanta. And I got a suite here maybe 6 months after I moved back home. I was offered a suite to work amongst other hairstylists. And so it was a big step for me because I'm not really a friend. Like, I'm friendly, but it's hard for me to talk to people. So I'm like, well, how am I going to get clients? I'm thinking, what if nobody shows up and I have this booth rent? It was just kind of wild thoughts everywhere. Like, I really didn't know. Yeah, because I was like, this is kind of a leap out on faith. Like, I really don't even know the industry like that. All I know is lashes. I barely got practice in Houston. But honestly, after like my 5th client, I knew then that was something I wanted to do. So I just continued to work, continued to put the money into my brand to be available to other cities in Atlanta. I was traveling also. I did a few, celebrity moms early on, and they kind of helped me with the nerves of just making it in this industry because there were so many other people in Atlanta doing the same thing. So they would kind of calm my nerves a bit when I would go to their homes and talk to them and, just kind of tell them. I would be very honest of what was going on. They knew I was fairly new to the industry, but they respected it because I was so honest about it. I wasn't trying to make like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I was more so listening, trying to see how I could better my business. And before I knew it, it was 2015, going into 16, and I just started seeing, like, I started outgrowing my space first. And I was really like, when I now look at my pictures, and I'm like, dang, I started off in this small suite. There's no way I could fit everything I have now into that. So I've seen the growth over the years, and I really appreciate, all of my clients, all of my just even colleagues that have reached out, like, hey, I see what you're doing. If you need help with marketing, I graduated, da-da-da-da. It's all.
Wow, it just started picking up.
Right. So, that kind of gave me, hope that, okay, maybe I am doing the right thing. Maybe this will work for me. There were times, because also I was bartending at my mom's bar here, Zanzibar and Grill, which is located in Decatur, if anybody, likes cocktails. And sometimes I wouldn't make my rent, Sonny. Like, sometimes I wouldn't make it at work. I would be using my bartending money to pay my rent. But, I was just like, well, no, it's just a slow week. It's okay. And that's what I kind of try to tell everybody, like, you're not going to see people every day when you first start. You have to work for that. Sometimes you do have to have another job to fund what you're trying to do, but don't let working for somebody else be the only thing you do. Then you're tired and you can't do anything for yourself. So
absolutely.
I just had to, about 2015, 16, well, really, 2015, I probably stopped working for the bar because I was so busy that I actually needed a day off for myself. And that was Mondays. Most estheticians don't work Mondays, Sundays. So
exactly.
After that, I want to say I've only moved twice, and with each move, I see nothing but growth and potential for the next step up. It took me a minute to kind of not feel behind with the whole Instagram and social media, just social media, period. Not even just Instagram, just not feeling
Right.
like I was
It's a lot. It's so much that has to be
'cause
done. Yes.
And a lot of them they have a name, but they don't really put the brains behind the marketing or behind. They just have a name, and people are gonna buy that because of the name. So I
what they see.
Be like, okay, what can I do to kind of be different? Like, I didn't want to just be, because I'm T.E.A, everybody's gonna flock to my product and not know anything about it.
Exactly.
So I just had to take a step back. I did have to unfollow some people, to be honest, because they were just like making me feel like I was behind, making me feel like, okay,
no.
I'm supposed to be doing more. And I was very hard on myself in the beginning. But now, because I know many of them personally, I've bumped shoulders with a lot of people. So I see now that Instagram is really just appearance. Social media in general. Let me not just speak of Instagram.
I was just about to say, tell it.
It's just appearance. It's not really, half of them, they're not making what they're showing. They're not living how they're showing. It's just pictures. It's not real.
The facade.
So once I got that through my head, I was like, okay, I'm actually good where I am. I just made 26. I have my own place. I have booth rent options. I have people working under me. I'm in a good place, and I just have to really appreciate that some people can't even make it that far, and just keep working.
Because it's not easy.
My own goals. No, it's not easy. But what also gets me? When I see on Instagram when I'm scrolling, and they're putting out there, you can make $500 a day doing lashes. Don't sleep on the opportunity. Take my class. Da da da. And then you have people that's jumping at the classes like, $500 a day. Many of the people in this industry to this day are just in it for the money. Nobody really cares about your natural lash health. Nobody really cares about your skin. Now, a few of us do. So let me not, get that twisted. Some of us do. But if you see that, everything is a dollar sign, that's one of your red flags to run. So now I'm a little better at because I don't want to
trying to navigate it all.
I don't want to, because I do have a few listeners on, so I don't want to offend anybody. But
no, but you can be transparent and speak your truth here. I don't want you to feel like you have to muffle your statements, because this is the thing. It's not, it's general terms. Like you said, not everyone, but you got to be honest about the fact that there is some situations where you have people out there that do not have the same intention. Let's be real. And you're in the industry. You're exposed to it. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
So it's only right you do know, and what you're saying matters, and what you've seen and what you've experienced and what you know for your own matters. So you don't ever feel like you can't really touch on it, because it is true. What's so funny, T.E.A, are you aware that Texas was talking about passing a law where you do not need to have a cosmetology license?
Yeah.
And it's so disheartening. I think I mentioned to you, my wife has been licensed for over 30 years as a master cosmetologist. So when we first heard about that and got wind of that, we were like, whoa, I would not want to be in people's chairs and the state is not keeping the mandates, because, it's challenging. I remember having a conversation with her about braiding. It's hard to license braiding the same way that you license cosmetology, because most times you can't teach me how to braid hair. You know what I'm saying? Or,
versus color and cutting.
Exactly, which is dealing with chemicals and sciences and skin, and there's a lot that goes into the whole, like my wife said, we're scientists. We're tapping science. We're tapping the medical side. Heck, you're even dealing with psychology, because most of these people, they're getting in your table, sitting in your chair. They're gonna tell you their life, all the stuff they're going through. So you're right. And look at you. You're 26 years old, and already, 5 years, you have already stepped into what most people are still maturing into, Tay. So let me start out saying that. And then secondly, you jumped all the way out there. When I tell you guys, she has a beautiful space. She was like, yeah, I have a space and I have some booths. No, baby, this place is beautiful. You hear me? You walk in here, you feel like you're on Rodeo Drive or you done landed in Buckhead. Now, you like, I know darn well I got off 75 in Henry County, and they said make that left on the square. They told me I was going to see this whole... And when you pull into her place, man, it's so deceiving. Oh, my God. The outside is so deceiving. And when you walk in, you're like, woo! Okay, I want all my face, my face, my eyes, my toenail. I want everything to be touched before I leave here.
Before you walk out here. And that is the goal. That is the mission. I love that.
Well, check mark. Go ahead and get your check marks because you said ding. You said ding. You
no.
Ding.
No.
Check mark. One of them.
Agreeing with you. I was like, what?
Yes.
That is true. People.
Yes.
Images are like really the setting.
Yes. And see, and yours can follow up behind the Instagram post. So if you walk in 35 Mcdonough Street Suite 5B, which she posted on the picture off the phone, really looks like that. She wasn't in California posting a picture and saying, "Oh yeah, we're at the beauty bar." No, she's really. Guys, let's take a quick commercial break. We're gonna come right back. We're gonna let our media partners get some love, okay? You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.
Ladies, are you looking for the next best find? Donche Shoutique will bring out your inner glam. The lady herself, Miss Donche, is dedicated to providing you with the latest in Hotlanta fashion footwear. It'll make you stand out at every event. In addition to our amazing prices, we are the go-to source for high fashion footwear. So stop by and shop online. We're sure to have the right shoes for you. www.donche-shoes.com. That's www.donche-shoes.com. Donche's is the only place you can go to still be sane and have a sure side.
Recent auto accident, back pain, neck pain, stress, headaches? Ewing Chiropractic can help. Here at Ewing Chiropractic, our office utilizes an approach of pain relief measures for the treatment of auto accidents, slip and fall, sport, and on-the-job injuries, as well as acute and chronic pain. We can be reached at 678-586-3592 and located at 5459 North Henry Boulevard, Suite C in Stockbridge, Georgia. Healing the injured one spine at a time. We can be reached at ewingchiropractic.com.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.
Insurance Associates Atlanta, formerly Mathis Insurance Services, is an independent agency offering personal, commercial, life, and health insurance products to meet the needs of your business and your family. We specialize in helping you protect all of your assets, whether you're purchasing insurance for the first time or searching for better products at a better price. Feel free to contact us at 770-483-0310. We're conveniently located at 1030 Remington Drive in Conyers, Georgia. Visit us online at insurance-iaa.com.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network. Organic Analytics presents Southeastern's 2019 Hemp and Medical Cannabis Convention, July 18th through the 19th, 2019 at the Cobb Galleria Center. Join us for an amazing hemp and medical cannabis convention, the first, most inclusive event of its kind. The greater Atlanta area is the leading forum for medical cannabis patients and entrepreneurs, focusing on networking, education, and a more comprehensive approach to effect legal change within the newly emerging Southeast region market. For 2 days, thousands of medical patients, exhibitors, industry leaders, policymakers, entrepreneurs and novices will convene to exchange and discuss best practices in emerging topics, policy issues, and insider secrets. This all-inclusive platform focusing on discovery, technology, education, and medicinal breakthroughs in this multi-billion-dollar industry is one that you're surely not going to want to miss. If you have not had an opportunity, get your tickets now. Tickets are available. This 2-day conference will offer networking opportunities, breakout sessions in medical use and practices, business opportunities for the industry, scientific advances, as well as local, state, and national legislation regarding this industry. For more information, go to organacanalytics.com, organacanalytics.com. Be sure to let them know that you heard this on Loudmouth Radio.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.
Hey, we were back, and we went to a quick commercial break. We had T.E.A. giving us the truth in regards to this industry. T.E.A., I'm going to tell you, darling, before we went off, I was bragging real seriously about your place. Guys, I'm not playing. Y'all think I'm playing. I want you to really, 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 really have an opportunity to have your face blessed by some magical hands. So, T.E.A., microblading, micro-shadowing, semi-permanent brows, those are some very sophisticated words for some people. They're like, okay, what does that mean? But it's a real service that has picked up a lot of momentum. So what's some of your favorite things to offer to your clientele, and, you know, what is the difference between the microblade and micro-shadowing?
Well, the microblading, okay, both are a form of eyebrow embroidery, which in layman's terms, semi-permanent makeup, permanent makeup. They both last about 2 years, 3 years. You can get touch-ups, that's optional. But the microblading, what sets that apart from the micro-shading is the microblading, they're like hair strokes. Now, you're using a blade to create those hair strokes where we dip the blade in a pigment and we make small cuts in the skin to where when we make that cut, like a tattoo. So when the needle is going over your skin and he keeps dipping it into the pigment or the color that you're choosing, the color is now being distributed under the skin. So when it scabs and peels, you're still left with that color there. So it's like a cut, but we're putting pigment in the cut. So when it dries and peels, it has a brow. Right.
Wow.
So the microblading, it's very similar to, I don't know if you've heard of eyebrow extensions, which is where they used to actually put the glue, not the same glue that we use with lashes, but a clear glue with small brow hairs that you would build a brow with that. And it doesn't last as long. To me, it really doesn't last long enough for how much it is. Because we do so much with our face, especially in the summertime, we're sweating, everything. So I personally have my brows micro-shaded. The difference with the micro-shading is it's more of an ombre look. So it kind of looks like I have makeup on as far as, like, my brows done. It gives that powdered look, you know, like when you might go get a brow fill after you get your brows arched or something like that. This is more of that look versus the natural, actual hair strokes that the microblading gives off.
Oh, nice.
So most of the people that are into makeup want to kind of wake up like this. They get the micro shading, and the ones that are more on a natural thing and want to, you know, maybe they have lost brows. Or do the plucking. Like, I hear a lot of my clients, they're like, overplucked when I was 12. And I'm like, 12? You've been plucking since you were 12?
Oh, my God. And I was just about to say,
they're wondering why they don't have any brows. But, you know,
so you can pluck away your eyebrows to a point where you lose them. And you know, that's so funny. Tay, you just gave me a memory, child. I remember one time, I can't remember if I was 10 or 11 or something like that. Honey, I took it upon myself and went in there and called myself trying to arch my eyebrow, girl. and nicked that thing away so bad. My mother was like, "Oh my God, girl, you might make your way. Your eyebrows don't never grow back, girl. You just made me." I don't think I even have told that story. Oh my God, Kevin, I remember that. So, girl, people are plucked. Like honestly, girl, the pluck. I don't like the pluck, and I definitely don't like the threading thing.
Oh no, but the threading is beautiful. I don't know, like you could tell the difference when someone's brows are threaded when they're waxed, and with me, if I'm close enough, I can tell if you're plucking.
Right.
Because they all remove hair.
But girl, that threading thing, I did it like I think once, twice.
Oh, yes. No, threading.
Girl, when I tell you, girl, the first time that child put that thing and she pulled, I almost punched her. I was like, wait a minute.
And you actually
I ain't signed up for this.
Eye to let them do it. Like that's the crazy part. Like you have to
help them
hurt you. You have to hold your eye. She didn't have you hold your eye. Like,
girl, she didn't have me hold on to nothing. I was holding on to that chair because I could not. I was like, did she just shoot me in my eye? Like, girl, listen, I was not ready.
One at the top and one at the bottom. You're supposed to hold it, to where the skin is tight. So when she goes across with the thread, it does hurt the same, but it's just supposed to give her a little bit more control.
Say, I don't remember holding nothing. I remember holding my hand back from punching her. When I tell you, girl, like I never, I did not get the cue. Nobody prepped me for this experience. I saw the place and I was like, oh, let me go in there and, like you hear people talk about the threading. So I was like, okay, let me see what all the hype is about. Girl, I went in there. I came about it. Girl, when I tell you, I was like, did she just take my eye out my socket? Something just happened. Like, something just happened. I wasn't ready.
No.
Girl, I don't remember her telling me to hold on. I just know she put that thread in her mouth, and she pulled one in, and next thing you know, that thing said, I said, ooh. And I was like, we got to keep going?
Every piece of hair. I feel like with threading, you can feel
I feel like she pulled my liver out my eyebrow. I think somehow or another the thread went in my body and pulled part of my liver out my body, and it came through the hair particle in my eyebrow. Girl, it hurt.
Beauty is pain.
I ain't into pain. Like I ain't into the beauty pain. Why is it that we gotta hurt ourselves to look beautiful? That's cockamamie.
No, that's seriously though. Yeah, seriously.
So are you do you like threading? Like, are you into threading?
Well, honestly, I was doing it before I got my brows micro shaded. Now I could just go under, and I know they tell you do not use a razor, but the thing is, ladies, when you use a razor with your micro shading, you're, of course, we know, like when we shave our legs, the hair grows right back versus when we wax them. So you don't really want to possibly damage those hair follicles, because you can do that with waxing also. You can damage the hair follicles to where they don't grow back. After pulling so long or so many times, and most times in the wrong direction, you could definitely damage those hair follicles.
See that, y'all? Y'all hear that? That's like cutting your hair in the wrong direction. Like, no lie, my hair grows in like 5 different directions on my head. And if you're not accustomed to cutting my hair, and you just cut everywhere the same way, child, you're going to have me over here looking like I done got attacked by a band of wolves. You know what I'm saying? So, the same thing. So, isn't that amazing? Like, even on your leg. So, that's why I've maybe seen some people with one leg bald and the other one had hair.
Yeah,
I was just really kidding.
Look, like, well.
Sorry. Look, he was like, what?
They have just skipped that leg.
Okay, right.
But, no. It's sort of the same thing, even with your legs. You're really supposed to shave in the direction of hair growth. But many of us feel like it doesn't get as smooth, or it doesn't, so even with waxing, you're supposed to remove hair in the direction the hair grows, not
growing. I hope everybody heard that, because, there's a lot of people out here doing some self-help stuff, and, girl, they got to come over and say, Tay, can you fix this?
YouTube University.
You already know. So, for the services, like I have one of your brochures, which is a very nice brochure that gives insight about the things that you're talking about.
Thank you.
So for you, now that you've been, I mean, you're a 5-year in vet, and I know the industry's changing a lot, so a lot of things are adding in. Has anything come of age lately since you've done your brochure outside of the eyelash extensions, facials, microblading, microshading, semi-permanent brow? Is there anything else that have come to the forefront in the lash industry lately that you can speak on? Oh, the mink strips. I wanted to ask about those. Like, what would be considered, like, what is the mink strips? Because I hear that.
You know, they're like the eyelash strips. You know, they're just not the blue box strips, the beauty supply store strips. Are
they really, 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 really soft?
Yes, and you can reuse them like up to 20 times. It really depends on how you take care of them. So, you know,
right. And if you buy something that's not cheap.
Exactly.
Right.
So when we buy the dollar boxes, the blue boxes many of us are familiar with, you can use them. Well, I've seen people use them a couple of times. How they did that, I'm still not sure. But I've seen them do it, so I'm not going to play it. But as far as, like, being able to clean them and kind of restore
about to
them.
Ask that question.
Because they just peel the glue off, and you got your oils from last week and the makeup from last week, because you really can't wash those. They're synthetic hairs. So that's why if they come close with smoke or heat, they kind of shrivel up.
Right. Because I was going to say, if you're not careful with stuff like that, you can get infections in your eye and stuff like that too,
Definitely.
Ooh.
But a lot of people, they're like, I only paid $1 for these, I can make these stretch. People, different strokes for different folks. But
true, and it's sad because people be saying just that thing. Like, girl, you said you paid $1.
You can't tell nobody nothing. Sometimes
girl, why are you trying to get extensions out of your extension that's been $1?
Right.
I mean, really.
So
them mink became a fox, girl. You still trying to wear them strips from last week?
A horse, not even a fox.
Oh my God.
So,
I'm here to tell y'all, if y'all value your eyes, you may want to rethink that. Because that can develop like styes and stuff like that, right?
It can develop styes, blepharitis, which is inflammation of the eyelid. You can really, the oil deposits to where you may feel that it's a sty, but it's not really a sty. But it's basically like a blockage.
And then it can become very painful and blistery and stuff,
because
right?
Because it's getting in the hair follicle. So if you're not careful, like I know some people, Sonny, it's as crazy as it sounds, they can go get strips put on, the dollar strips, and will make it last all week.
Wow.
All week. Before
are they washing their face? Because I was about to say, if you're washing your face.
They're washing around the eyelashes. So they're not getting them wet, which means they're not cleaning them. So any makeup or anything that you put on there is just being, it's just there. You can wipe it with a baby wipe. That most of them, they'll be like, I just wipe my, I just wipe my eyeshadow off with a baby wipe. And you like, oh, okay. So what about in there?
And girl, don't have sinuses like I do. And, you have allergies and sinuses and stuff. You're going to have buildup.
Rubbing it down. Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything. Because our eyelashes, honestly, are here to protect our eyes from debris, from just pollution, just different things that could get into our eyes. That's where our eyelashes are there. So when you have extended eyelashes, you have to make sure you clean them just the same way, because with them being longer, fuller, they're going to attract more dirt, more dust, more pollen, more everything.
Girl, you out here dirty eye.
Dirty eye, right.
It was just a dirty eye. Oh, God. I cannot. Ew.
Yes. So,
I'm scared.
And that's a lot of things we don't know. We try to cut corners, and it's not worth it, because you end up paying for it in the long run. It's just not worth it.
Ew, girl, I'll tell you. Now, girl, you're going to have me self-consciously looking at people like, girl, is her eye clean?
No, you have to. You
over here winking at people, your eye dirty, girl. Oh, God.
Eye dirty. lashes and
So
full of polish.
typically, let's be for real. So if somebody comes and gets eyelash extensions, what is the proper way? Because let's be real, y'all. So Tay can take care of you all. So if you come and you get an appointment on Monday, the 1st of June, how often should you be coming back for maintenance of those lashes? And
honestly,
protecting your eyes.
everybody is different. I have a shampoo. No, I'm not one of the ones that's like, oh, you need to buy my shampoo to go with the lash. But no, if you do have a cleanser, hey, use that. I would say I have people that come every week. I have people that come every 2 weeks. I have people that, try to stretch 3. By the 4th week, you really won't like the look that you have. Like you're missing most because they shed with your natural lash. And sometimes, with the oils, a lot of us like to touch them and can't keep our hands out of them. We administer oils onto the lashes from our hands that actually break down the adhesive. So you may lose yours a little sooner than a person who knows how to keep their hands out of them and also cleanses them regularly. So it just really depends on the person. You kind of have to come get them and see how it works out for you and your day-to-day skin regimen. Like everything kind of plays a part into that. Sweat a lot. Do you work out? Are you a swimmer? Because you can swim with lash extensions. You can shower, swim.
Oh, wow.
You can't get in the sauna. You want to avoid extreme amounts of heat. So the people that love the sauna, they're going to have more shedding than a person who may wear a headband to keep the sweat out of their face.
Right.
So it really just depends, because I have a client and she goes hard. I mean, she works out. When she takes her pictures, it's sweat everywhere. But she doesn't look any different when she comes to her appointment than somebody who never works out at all. So
oh, wow.
It just really depends. Yeah,
so
really
you have
depends.
that active lifestyle. Yeah.
Exactly. I would say 2 weeks, but, I do have people that don't have as many lashes, and they try to come every week, to keep them full. Many people just like the look. They don't want to go without the lash extensions. Or now I have to tell on some of my people, many of them are lying to their husbands, and they think, oh, yeah, baby, my lashes is growing.
Oh, girl, you blowing up their spot.
So, they like, oh, no, girl, I got to keep them done because I don't want him to see me at 2 weeks. So they come, they make sure they're there every week. So, yeah, it ranges, depending on your lifestyle, like you say, how active you are, your natural lashes, if you don't really have many, if you're in the regrowing stage, because lash extensions can help you grow your lashes back out. If you lost them due to strips, pulling off the strips with no part, just pulling them off. The clusters, which many of them call individuals, so if we're in the rebuilding stages, you may need to come every week until your lashes get full enough to where they can hold a 2 week and still look decent.
Nice. So I think it's so important, people don't realize, it's a lot that has to take into account in order for the maintenance of something like that. It is an investment, and it's something that you do want to. It's just like upkeep, like your hair. But it's so important because people are looking in your face. So be mindful how important it is to take care of your lashes and stuff like that. So I am thoroughly ecstatic that you have come on today and spoke so thoroughly about the process and just some of the things that are, to make people think. Because a lot of times we don't do certain things because we don't know. And let's be honest, when when you're dealing with extensions, just like infusions, like if you do your hair infusions and stuff like that, you get a really good job done, they're going to cost you thousands of dollars. You want to go to Lil Ray who just hooked you up for like, $100, just know that your hair ain't going to have the same effect. Same thing with lashes. You buying these dollar lashes and you're trying to make them stretch 3-4 weeks. Know and understand that what you're probably doing is putting your eye in a growth of infection, as well as just not properly doing the things necessary to protect your eyes. And even the outer appearance is just not going to look the fresh way that you want. So go to somebody that knows what they're doing. takes pride in what they're doing,
care.
and has a beautiful space that you can come in and just be pampered, because that's exactly what you're going to feel like when you walk into her place. It's amazing. So if you would, sweetie, yes, if you would tell people how they can find you on social media. I did grab your Instagram, but tell them all your social media handles.
So Facebook, we are Haute Beauty Bar. You can still type Haute Lash and you will find it. Instagram, we are Haute the Beauty Bar, and it'll pop right up. Once you put Haute, Haute. A lot of people think it's hot, but it's actually Haute, which in French is fashionably elegant, high class. So that's just to throw that out there.
Nice.
And the website is www.hautethebeautybar.com. And I'm actually having that worked on as we speak. So either one of those, you can find a link to book. Or if you have more questions, just go on the website, check us out. If you have, we have an open chat on there 24/7, so you can ask your questions directly, or you can call us directly, either one. I usually answer the phone all the time, even outside of business hours. Even though I'm not working, you can still get your questions answered and possibly book an appointment, in the near future.
Nice. I think if you have not had an opportunity, if you're listening to this show midpoint at the end, the great thing is all of this will be available for archives 24/7 on demand. Pick an app. We're on it: Stitcher, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, iTunes. And I'm going to ask that you tell people how to find your website. Okay.
I'm sorry. I think you went out.
Let people know how to find your website. What's your website domain for them to be able to pull you up?
www.hautethebeautybar.com.
Okay. So for those who have not had a chance, get an opportunity, set up your appointment, take care of you. Wait a minute. I think your most recent, domain you gave me was hautelash.co. Is that right?
Well, they can go to that one. It should redirect them now because I'm having it worked on. But they can go to that one. It'll still redirect them to the new site. But with the revamp and everything, I just did not change my site yet until like 2 days ago. I was like, let me just change the site, and, it'll redirect you. So if you still type in hautelash.co, which many of you know that one, you can still reach the new site. It's just going to redirect you to the new site.
Okay, cool.
So it's still
Thank you so much, darling. I was going to say, for those who have not set up their appointments and stuff like that, what's good for you as far as availability? How much time in advance should they try to reach out to set appointments up?
For a full
2 days?
No, probably like a week or so.
Okay.
For a full set, the initial, because that takes the most time, about 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. Sometimes you can squeeze in somewhere if somebody may be canceled and rescheduled or something like that, but for the most part, for a full set, about a week and a half to 2 weeks. So I'm not really a person where you can come last minute. I may have a last minute cancellation, but that's usually slim to none, or I'll maybe stay over, and work with you. And I work with schedules. I kind of accommodate everybody as much as I can. So if you don't see availability, give us a call. We can probably work something out via telephone.
Exactly. Awesome. I love it. Tay, thank you so much, darling. This has been such a great show. So informative.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You are more than welcome, darling, and I know you're going to continue to be very successful, and we wish you all the best.
Thank
you. And we look forward to more people knowing and hearing about you, so we'll follow up with you soon, honey.
Okay, thank you. You have a great day.
You are so welcome. You too, darling.
All righty. Bye-bye.
So, guys, Haute Beauty Bar of Atlanta has had its tea time segment today. I hope that you guys have had a thorough learning experience. I know we have had a great moment of understanding so much that goes into what most people don't even begin to think is so labor extensive eyelashes, extensions, facials, teeth whitening, all these great things. Great beauty bar. She has a beautiful concept, a beautiful space. If you are, matter of fact, do you have availability for suite availability before I pull you out of here?
Yes,
do you have any room?
I actually do. I do. I have a room available. I'm working on a second room now, but I do have one room available as of right now, as of today.
Bam. So you might want to go ahead and holler at her. Thank you, Sweet Pea. I appreciate that. I just remembered. I said, let me you put that little token in. So
I appreciate it.
You are more than welcome, darling. Guys, we are concluding our Tea Time segment of today. It has been nothing short of a great show, very informative. And for those who are looking for the services, honestly, I promise you it's worth the drive coming from whatever direction you're coming from. It doesn't matter, north, south, east, or west. Get over there and see Tay.
Yes, we will make it worth your time.
I love it. Thank you, Tay.
No problem. Thank you.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network. Sunny and Jazzy of Loudmouth TV is taking off with a brand new show, Off the Market, with its first season within the beautiful state of Hawaii, featuring some of the most sought-after areas of beachfront and inner island properties on the island of Maui and Oahu. Tune in to each episode with host Jazzy Jones-Smith as she talks to featured real estate agents as they showcase their open house listings to private homeowner tours where you just might find a house that you may want to take off the market.